Hello and welcome to the Work Hates podcast. I'm Bron Lewis. This is Breddy Blake. Everyone has a nightmare work story, whether it's a shitty boss, an awful workplace, or an insufferable colleague. And if you've had none of those things, chances are you're the problem.
You are the problem.
Yes.
Today we are joined by comedian, writer, and fellow West Australian, Rose Bishop. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. Now, because you're from Western Australia, do you also enjoy crabbing?
We were a Marron family, not a crab family.
Marron family.
What's
You're
a
more of a
Marron?
river people.
Yeah, we were,
Like
we were on the
yabbies?
Calgon River. Like a yabbie, but fucking huge.
Yeah, they're big.
Like a lobster.
Like a.
They're kind of in the middle.
Like a brown lobster.
They're a brown lobster
River
that lives
lobster.
in like a dam.
It's literally just a river lobster.
Yeah.
And then so you eat those.
Yes, I didn't because I didn't like them, but my sister used to chow down on a whole one, like a little.
Oh, dude, I love them.
Like a little.
Dear, well, how come I don't know what a Marron is? Is this just from in Western
Did
Australia?
you grow up poor?
Yeah,
Yeah, so do we. So yeah, that's why we're eating out of a river.
Yeah, that is a.
It's kind of like a crayfish, but more of a rat.
Like it lives in the dirt and it's dirt coloured.
Yeah, it's like imagine if a crayfish didn't have ocean views and lived in the suburbs.
And it had like a lovely sort of the flavour. It's dirt. It
It's
tastes
you're eating
It
dirt.
must taste like dirt. If it comes from the bottom of a river.
No, they're actually like a delicacy or something.
Yeah,
Like,
they're really
sell,
nice.
They sell for so much money. But yeah, I think it might just be a WA thing.
They're a real sweet meat as well.
Have you ever seen them over this way?
I've
in
not
Melbourne?
looked. I
You
haven't checked
looked
a
for
river.
Get in the Yarra, girl. That's your day.
Fossick
It's your time
around.
to shine.
I've been in there. There ain't no Marron in
What
there.
are you doing there? Looking for bikes?
Yeah, shopping trolleys, cutting them down, looking for lime bikes. Man, you remember? That's the only time I've ever really loved Melbourne. Is because in Perth you could not have rental companies like scooter companies they'd just be fucked up.
Oh, immediately.
I mean, then when kids started throwing lime bikes into the Yarra, it just made me feel like a little bit proud. I was like, you know what?
Melbourne. I'm okay here.
Melbourne's not as soft as I thought they were.
You got some rat bags.
You got some dirt bags over. You got a couple of Marrons over here.
Yeah, well, I haven't thrown it. Have you thrown a scooter in the river yet?
No.
Okay, so
no,
none of us
I wouldn't litter.
Oh, you wouldn't litter?
Yeah.
No.
It's a litter. They have to get it out.
Well, they might find a Marron down there.
Yeah.
Maybe a Marron needs a scooter. You don't know.
Mate, you could be zipping around and down there. I'm trying to help this Marron get around. They got little legs. They don't have to worry about it. They're on an e-bike. See you later. Got a basket. Put the kids in. Fuck off down the top of the Yarra.
That's beautifully whimsical.
Thank you.
Now, Rose Bishop, thanks so much for coming on to our podcast. This is about nightmare work stories. And when you arrived, I said, what is your job? Because I know you from comedy. We know you from comedy.
It's 8 a.m. in the morning. You open the door like, what is your job?
Yeah, it's
what
first
are
thing
you
I said.
doing here?
What are you doing here? What's going on? What is your job? And you said, oh, it's just one of those ones with emails.
Yep.
So you've got one of those ones with emails now.
Yep.
What
Government.
is a government one? Yeah, that doesn't make anything any clearer.
I don't think I'm even actually technically supposed to say. It's not like I work
Government.
for ASIO or anything. It's just that, you know, I issue like fines and stuff.
Oh,
so
you're the devil.
No, not
Oh,
for
so you've definitely emailed me
Brett
then.
hates
No,
you.
not those kind of fines.
Oh, okay.
Are you a builder?
Yes, I'm. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That would be
no.
okay. So build. Okay, so the
I mean, not
builders.
fines, but you know, the equivalent. Like, so I put my name on stuff, and so I don't think I'm technically supposed to say.
You are the
agency.
enemy of so many people. Do you know that? Like, so I reckon they've got the fine
no,
on the
but it's
fridge
like-
with your name on it, and they're like, well, if I'm going to
but
meet
it's-
Rose Bishop.
It's not. Well, yeah, I am, but I don't really.
Should really stop
it's
saying
it's
your
not
name. Rose, R-O-S-E.
Isolate your face, put a
It's not like
voice.
tradies and stuff. It's like building companies.
Yeah,
you
fuck
know?
those guys.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
Yeah.
They're the worst.
Tradies
And
can go
they deserve
crazy.
all the-
One of my favourite things online is that guy who walks around in the SAS vest.
Don't get me
And he
started
does like
about
building
that,
inspections.
man.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, this is fucking 4 degrees off. I'm like,
Non-compliant.
Non-compliant.
It's not non-compliant half the time.
oh,
Oh,
really?
really? Oh, so he's just okay.
Yeah, but
have
also
a
we've got to
bone to
agree, building standards in Australia, they're pretty bad at the moment.
bad.
Yeah.
Why is there's a building, like an apartment block on Lygon Street that the birds peck at it because it's made of like styrofoam. Like there's, and like it's
Yeah,
just.
we actually made this thing of seed, and birds love it. I don't know
It's
why
bizarre.
it didn't work.
God, the sound of the birds in the morning is.
There's a lot of work for
Awful.
me. A lot of emails.
Yeah. See, it's great. See that, but anyone can. It seems like anyone can build something if anyone's got enough styrofoam.
Yeah.
Man, that was
Pretty much.
my job during lockdown was fixing bad
Oh, was it?
like building, like you'd rock up and everything, like the gutters wouldn't be big enough, which made the top floor flooded, which went into the second floor. It's like, and then
How
all
did
these all these builders just go bust.
Oh, 100%.
And they go, well, what can we do? We don't have a business anymore. And then all these poor homeowners are like, I've just spent $500,000 for this uninhabitable place.
And then they're just chasing the liquidator. I mean, they've kind of closed the loophole on that a little bit, but only recently. Before that, you could just open another company and be like, I'm a different builder now.
My name's Steven.
I have a moustache now, which makes me a different person.
Which means you can't have my money.
So would you say it's gotten better, the building codes and stuff like that, regulations?
Yeah, there's some updates. It's so boring. It's so boring.
Do you
It's
know
not though, because
all
I
of it?
find this stuff interesting. Sorry.
Do you do you have to know all of that stuff, or they just say this? Oh,
No,
you
I
do.
do,
Okay.
yeah.
Did you just? How'd you get into this job then?
Not sure. No, about 10 years ago, I think I realised that I don't have any qualifications, and I was just doing like hospital and customer service, and I just realised
And comedy.
10 years ago, no.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to have a real job. Like normally, I think I just need to sort of finagle my way into the best paying job that I can get for the least effort.
If you're going to have a
And-
life not having to live off Marron,
Yes.
exactly.
you know, set yourself
And
up
also,
right,
once
girl.
you're in the government department, they can't get rid
Yeah.
of you.
Pretty
So
much.
true.
So I sort of sidestepped into like government customer service rather than like normal customer service. And then I just weaseled my way in. And I just happened to do a few things about construction in a row. And then I was like, I guess I know a lot about buildings.
I guess I'm a builder now.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm a builder.
I guess I'll just make a house.
That's the problem with the
expert.
government. The person who's doing it is like, I did like one. I guess I'm a builder. I watched 3 episodes of Bod the Builder. I'm ready to go.
I know what a joist is.
Yeah.
Put me in, coach.
Oh, get her in. Get her in. You're speaking my language.
And so, but this is like, obviously this is not the worst job you've ever had because you're still in it.
It's the most boring job I've ever had, that's for
Okay.
sure. It's
Yeah.
mostly from home. I go in once a week. My colleagues they're not going to listen to this. The most boring people on God's green earth. Like, they're just so aggressively boring. Like, when we have like teams,
Aggressively boring.
like when we have like teams meetings, like video calls, like if everyone logs in and not everyone's there and the main person's not there yet, everyone will just sit there on mute and just like look at
Stare
the
at-
camera in silence. Like, no one's like, how was your weekend? Everyone's
Why
just
are
like,
you naked, Rose?
Yeah.
So many questions.
Just one guy and
they
they
could
go
ask.
nah, that'd
it up.
be interesting.
But maybe they're all very interesting people, but they just like, they've like you
They're
gone,
not, I've
"We
checked."
had-" I was trying to defend these people. I was like, maybe they're like, but we've got to dumb our personality down for this job we've got. And then next thing you know, they're off playing the ukulele to Marron down the river.
No, my boss is like this weird shut-in. Again, she's not going to listen to this. She doesn't go on the internet.
Well, please, before you say anything, I do not edit this episode. So if you're going to call her a Nazi, you got to stand by it.
One time we were talking and she mentioned that she'd like been to it. She was like, oh, my cousin played in a band and I went to a pub to watch them. And then she was like, I think that's the last time I went out at night, actually. And this was in 2017 that she was talking about. And this conversation happened recently.
That would have just been a thought for yourself, girl. And then like a deep reflection. And then maybe a midlife crisis. Not something you say to your colleagues and expect them to still respect
I was
you.
like, okay.
Yeah, I haven't really left the house in 9 years.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
like, yeah, I can tell. You got piss in the jars behind you in the Zoom. Black out your fucking Zoom, mate, you weirdo.
Yeah, I'm the most miserable I've ever been. Anyway, who wants to sue some builders?
Yeah.
You're like,
Or it's just like
oh.
women who only go out when it's like a baby shower, an engagement party, or a wedding, and then the rest of the time
Yeah, I
they
grew
just
up in the
stay
suburbs.
home
I've
and
met
watch
'em.
maths.
Yeah.
That is the
It's
perfect
maths,
description.
Or like below deck,
Or
and then
meal
it's
prepping.
meal prepping, or there's an engagement, or someone's it has to be
Yeah.
an
And
event.
they don't attend with like a good spirit in their heart. They attend because they're like, what? How did she get engaged? Or even if they're married, what the hell?
And they bring
He could do
along
better.
some awful man.
Yeah, you've just got to, and just like, say nothing, you fucking idiot. I don't need them to find out you're a dud.
Yeah.
I love when like when you go to Brizzy or Perth, and this is not throwing shade on anyone because everyone lives their own life their own way, but I love when you see like a Brisbane like baby shower or a Perth baby shower, because all the girls are like, when we go out, because we're out, I suppose we're out a lot, we're just like, whatever, jeans and a t-shirt.
Oh my
have a
God, yeah,
few
in
beers.
Perth, they'll wear like high heels to
High
a baby
heels, like,
shower.
I'm like, are you going to a ball?
Yeah,
they
they'll
got a
do, like,
full
they'll
gown
do wedding
on, they got
makeup.
tans, like that would have cost you $2,000. Now I get why girls only go. She hasn't gone out since 2017. It's so
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my best mate's also from Perth, and like she was saying that she gets annoyed when she goes, because she's just like a very sort of like button down and jeans kind of lesbian, and she gets really annoyed going back to Perth because she's like, oh, I have to pack so many shoes.
Oh no, because you go to baby
You need
showers.
options. Because if you
Yeah.
go to a restaurant, you can't just wear sneakers.
Yeah.
Can't you?
No,
you
well,
can.
everyone.
No one calls it police, but
Well,
I think
they're
Melbourne
busy.
are a little bit more chill, like because
Yeah.
we're out a bit
Yeah,
more.
okay.
Whereas Perth, when someone's like out for dinner, like they're going out for dinner.
They dress up. They put Delippy on.
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
think, well, actually in Brisbane, I know this only because Lucas is from Brisbane, they held on to the like slacks and closed-toe shoes and like button-up shirts. Like that's how boys, if you want to go nightclub, even in 19 years old, you had to look like you were dressed for year 10 formal.
Oh my God, I know. It was the same in Perth. They all had the same like Tara Cash shirt and like those pointy shoes.
Dude, man, I had the jeans, had the from YD. My mates had the white ones. I had the black, but
We were
pointy toe
probably at the
shoes.
same, because I was living in Perth for years. We were probably at the same clubs at the same
100%.
time.
And then you'd have to get a buttoned-up shirt that was like collared or whatever. It was all like rusty though, so I was still kind of cool.
That is cool.
Even though I lived nowhere near the ocean.
Is he working in an office or is he a surfer?
And
or
then
is he
I'd be like,
both?
but I'm still a bit hardcore, so I'd have like a white studded belt
Oh
underneath.
yeah, or
Very
like a
cool.
chain.
Yeah, maybe the chain. Yep. Yep. Bit of a bad boy. Did anyone
it's so
fuck you?
embarrassing.
Absolutely not.
I
Can't imagine
believe
why.
it. So you're from Perth and now you're here. And was the worst ever job you ever had over in Western Australia or here?
I don't think I've
Brisbane.
ever
I mean,
had
Melbourne.
a
Where are we?
job that I'd recommend and that I've actively enjoyed. I think the worst ones.
That's amazing.
Worst one's probably Perth
Can I
and
have your
Albany.
life?
Yeah. I mean, look, I get paid a lot of money. I can't complain.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the reason why people are in those jobs. And it's the reason why I get paid so much money because I couldn't, and this is not, I just know, I'm so bad
It's
at
very
being
hard
bored.
every day.
Just if I'm bored, I feel like it physically hurts me. Like I'm so uncomfortable.
Can you imagine me sitting in an office for 8 hours a day?
No one would
I'd
invite you.
I'd
mate.
just jump out of the window.
You would,
It's
and
easier.
that's okay.
Yeah.
People do it, and I
And work
think
from
good
home
on
is
them.
so hard because you can and no one stops you. You can
But you
jump
can
out
do
a
it silly,
window.
no one even knows.
No one knows. It'll be days until
And then,
someone
and
knew.
then you go, oh, God damn it, there's a balcony. I didn't read the building code. It's my one job.
Yeah, we had a woman working with us for a while and she just had, I guess, a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
And she was working from home. And at one point she just stopped doing work and never started again. But it took them like a week and a half to realise. Someone ran a report and was like, she hasn't done anything.
Is Teresa alive?
Yeah.
No,
Should
she's
we
not.
go do a check on her?
yeah.
Oh, she's been dead mentally for years.
No, they did. They called her and she was just like, yeah, no, I quit.
Good on you.
But she got away with it for a while.
Good on her. Got
Apparently
paid,
she was
paid,
just having a
paid.
bit of a mentee bee and she just sort of froze up and couldn't do anything and didn't know how to ask anyone, so she just sat in her house.
Just left. Well, it would if you hated your job that much,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure she did. She would have get to the point where like, I don't know, you guys an
Oh,
explanation.
100%. No, more power to her.
Not calling you.
Yeah.
And let me see how long it takes for you to notice.
Oh, dude, government, I reckon you could get away with like a year.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, where's that guy? I reckon that's what I'd do. Rock up day one,
Yeah.
get ABN, give him all your shit and go, yeah. And then just
The more you
crawl
pay,
through an
the more you
ad.
can get away with. Because like people notice what I do. There's like reports and stuff. But the
Yeah.
more senior you are, the more you can just be like meetings,
Nothing.
meetings.
Yes.
Meetings.
Actually-
4:15.
You can just
Yeah.
you can just make your own meetings and then make everyone go to them and be like, just checking in, just a road map.
As if you wouldn't though. You'd be like, oh, the fuck this boss. But as if you were the boss. As if you wouldn't be like,
I think
I've
people
got
get a
meetings
bit
all day.
caught up in it. I don't know. I think they get meeting fever.
Or they want it though?
I
Or
think they do. I think it makes them
Ew.
feel important just to be like, oh, back to back
Oh
meetings.
my
God,
gosh.
back to back.
I hate meetings.
How's your day?
I
Yeah,
think
got a lot of
I hate
meetings. Lot of
meetings.
meetings.
When I was a teacher, we
What
had
do you do?
we had meeting. Yeah, what do you guys do?
It's
When
government, clearly fuck all.
when we had when I was a teacher, we had to have meetings twice a week, like Mondays and Wednesdays, 3:30 till 4:30, and there would be when my first year of teaching, I loved them because I was like, this is I had nothing, I just I didn't have kids,
Yeah.
and I was like still excited about the job,
And
and I
like
remember.
a crazy backlog of things to do. Like, let me out
Yeah,
here.
well, I probably did, but I was like so excited about what, and I was they were teaching me stuff. I was like, oh, this is actually interesting. I've made it, and I'm getting paid to be here. How good's this? And then I remember watching this woman. There was a woman who'd been a teacher for like 30 odd years, and she would come in and she would sit down, and the most sensible clothes. She wore the same clothes every single day, clean, really sensible clothes, sensible shoes, and she had a handbag that she would rest on her lap. And the whole meeting that was going, she wouldn't open a laptop, a notebook, anything. She'd just sit there. And and then she would check her watch. As soon as it said 4:30, she would stand up and walk out. No explanation, nothing. She was fulfilling
I
her
am
duty
not
of being
paid
present.
at this point.
Exactly. She was like, "What do you need from me?" Like she what you need me to attend? Okay, I'll do that.
I will
And
physically
that is it.
attend.
Yeah. She would stare at the ground on the desk and then and left. And I remember thinking,
Can't say she wasn't there.
Yeah, but I didn't get it at the time. I was like, but this woman's teaching us about anaphylaxis. Like we could be saving a child's life. She could kill someone with that lack of like interest. Oh my god! And when now I get it.
And then 5 years, you're like, I hope this kid dies of
6 months
anaphylaxis.
in. 6 months in,
I
I was
want them
like,
all to
no,
die.
I get it. Bringing like peanut butter. Everyone have a go. Everyone have
Guys,
a go.
let's find out what allergies you got today. Is anyone allergic to heroin? Just 8 hot shots for everyone.
But so I remember the meeting. So after a while, meetings became such a drain, and it became something that we bonded over as teachers. Like how awful is this meeting going to be, and finding ways to get out of it. By the end of my teaching career, I just didn't go. So I was like, "What are you going to do? Fire me?"
Because you start to notice that other people don't go, and you're like, well, they're not fired.
Oh my god! Yeah, exactly.
The teachers are in the bathroom smoking.
With the teacher shortage, I'm surprised any teachers go to anything. The caliber of teachers nowadays is so low that they're like, and it's because they're like, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You literally need me here, and so they just get worse and worse and worse.
You got any other? Oh, you don't have any other options?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I now smoke and vape in the classroom. Yeah.
Exactly.
I couldn't do it.
And what's that?
Honestly.
Yeah, I had to get an Uber here because I'm fucking pissed.
I would go to war before I would be a teacher. I don't know how
Oh,
you do
dude,
it.
No,
the sweet
I
release of a
wouldn't do it
bullet
either.
in your head while you're in the trenches would be a lot better than 12 questions at 8
100%.
a.m. in the morning.
I'd
But
work in a call centre over being a teacher. I genuinely would.
Have you ever done that?
Oh God, yeah, like 7 of them.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, what's the worst one you had?
Market research. When outbound,
So
because
you
a lot
call
of people
people,
just
cold call
screaming
people.
at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, I just
But
have
it was
some
like
questions.
government market research. It wasn't like the fake market research where they're trying to sell you something. It was like government statistics. But it's hard to explain that to someone before they scream at you. I had to really hone my pitch to like as few words as possible before they'd be like, "Far, far."
Would you prefer someone yell at you or them hang up as soon as you start
Hang up.
talking? Great. Okay,
Yeah.
so that called a slammer.
Slammer.
This is what Jenny Tien taught us.
Boom.
So she said that she used to work at a call center, and she said slammers were the worst because I guess it shut them down. And she just wanted someone to be like, "Do not call me again." Like she thought that was I'm a slammer.
I'm
I will
very
not change
conflict
it.
averse. I'd prefer they just didn't say anything.
Yeah. What would you get out of being yelled at? Like Jenny, you're absolutely fucking psycho now that I think about it.
Yeah, she wants to get, yeah. But also, you're like, hang on a sec. It's okay. I'm from the government.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Oh, in that case, I will calm down. You motherfucking dogs.
Wait a second. Your taxes are paying my wage. Is
Yeah.
that any better? Nah.
Once they got going, it was okay because it was just like getting statistics on like travel. So it'd just be like asking
Yeah,
people
okay.
questions about what holidays they'd been on. People love talking about their holidays.
Yeah, but also like if you're what
But the outbound thing's no good. But I mean, no call center's good. You just so many people who just don't understand things, and like it was fine once I moved into government because you could just tell them something twice, and then if they didn't listen, you could be like, okay, well we're the government, like bye, and hang up on them. Whereas if it's a private company, you have to like be nice.
I know Kevin Rudd. Bye.
And just be
not our
like,
PM.
you've had your answer. Go to the ombudsman. Ta-ta.
Bye now. So
But yeah,
what's the
private sector's the worst.
now, what is the worst job you've ever had? Yeah.
I think the worst. I mean, look, I loved it in its own way, but definitely like the most chaotic, most stressful, and most like needed to do some inner work to get over it was working at the Seaview Hotel in South Freo.
I do know the city.
Yeah, I knew you probably
So
would.
busy? Is it just so busy?
No, it was like at the time that I started working there, it was kind of in flux because it had been like an old dock workers pub for years. So it was mostly just like old blokes. But it had just recently been taken over by this is the most Perth thing ever. It had just been bought in a partnership by Matthew Pavlich, who was the captain of the Dockers at the time and the lead singer of Eskimo Joe.
That's a classic Perth. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A real Perth pairing.
Is the Eskimo Joe guy from Fremantle?
Yeah.
Right,
And it was
okay.
like a vanity project for them. They were like, we're going to take this like cool, like kind of dive bar and we're going to make it like a cool music venue. But then they immediately forgot that it existed. And so they just sort of like, it was so weird. They sort of like kind of jazzed up a bit of it, made the restaurant a bit nice and sort of made a couple of rooms, but then left the rest the same. So there'd be some like kind of wag type girls coming in for cocktails, but then also all the old dock workers still.
So yeah, they're like, is Matthew Pavlich around here
Yeah.
to fuck? And it's just some guy at
just
the
like
docks
an
going,
old-
hello, I haven't seen a girl in 14 years.
Yeah, 'cause
Please
the-
touch me.
The regulars were fucked. Oh my God. There was this old man called like Crayfish. I think his name was Ray, but everyone called him Crayfish. And I thought it was because he was a crayfisherman. And he was such a cunt. I'm assuming I can swear on
Nah,
this.
he's
'cause
just a
I've-
bottom feeder. Yeah.
No, they were like, oh, it's because if you open up a crayfish, their head's full of shit. So that's
Fuck, that is actually good. Yeah.
pretty
Fair
cool.
clever.
He
I
was
thought it's because
awful.
his name was Ray. and
Yeah,
that was in
Cray,
it.
Ray.
They just did a little
No,
I would have gone
linked
with,
into-
he Seaview Hotel, crayfisherman.
No, it was a longer bow. It was shit for brains. He
Did
was
he know that
awful.
was the reason?
Yeah, he didn't give a shit. He was like captain of a cray boat. There
Not
was
smart
like
enough to think about it.
there was a man called John who was like very rude and mean. Though he kind of liked me because he was like weirdly smart, and I'd sort of I'd fight back. But he was like mostly very mean all of the time. But then every now and then he'd ask all the waitresses if they wanted any shoes, and then he'd take us all shoe shopping.
What?
What?
And we'd be like, he's gross, but like free shoes
at my
is
new
free
shoes.
shoes.
Wait. Is he
Look at
like,
my
he's like, guys,
sketches.
I don't mind buying you shoes, but I will fit them for you. Did he have a foot fetish?
He didn't want to. I mean, I assume so.
Did he own a shoe shop?
No, he just would take us to a shoe shop. But he didn't want to like touch your feet or anything. He'd watch you try them on. I'm like, well, I mean,
Yeah, who cares? Have a look.
Yeah, you're like, while you're trying shoes on, he's got your other one. I'm like,
That's fine, mate.
bother
Honestly,
me.
doesn't bother me.
I was a
either.
waitress. I didn't have much money.
dude, to be honest, yeah, I'd take the free shoes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean-
so he'd like pick you up or meet you at the shops?
He'd grab a couple of us and pick us up or take us to the shops. Sometimes after a shift, I guess because the feet were nice and ripe.
Oh, dude, this is
He
getting
was
way
honestly
better now.
fine. We had there was a regular called Wild Bill who would come in, but I think he was a little maybe schizophrenic or something because he'd be
Bit
nice
wild.
as pie and then he'd sort of turn a bit, but he started turning more and more when I worked there. And at one point there was a birthday party in the front bar and they'd had a cake and they'd packed up and left, but there was still like a kitchen knife at the cake. And while Bill was at the pool table and he just grabbed the knife and started trying to like jump over the bar and like kind of stabby at us.
Hey.
Just a practical joke. You know
Yeah.
what you do when you grab a knife and
That
try and kill
seems normal.
someone.
And I had a pool cue behind there, so I was just sort of poking
my
him back. Like, Bill, fuck off, Bill.
The other guy's like, stab her anywhere besides the feet, please, not the feet.
And then we like barricaded ourselves in the office and called the police, and they came and got Bill, and then the next
he
day
allowed back?
Well, yeah, he came back the next day, and I was
Oh,
like,
no worries.
Can we not have Bill in? And they were like, he spends a lot of money.
Just let him stab
Look,
you.
he's a little bit wild. I mean,
It's in his name.
Yeah.
Look it
I
up.
love how locals have that different, because they do spend a lot of money. Like, we had 5 or 6 at the...
Honestly,
they're
he
all
was
dead
bankrolling
now,
that
obviously, because
place.
they're alcoholics. But one guy was a tree lopper, and another regular, a younger regular, was dating his daughter, didn't end up well. I don't know what happened. He came into the bar. This guy grabbed his chainsaw, chased him into the bathroom. The guy locked himself in the bathroom. He chainsawed the door down and put the chainsaw near his head. 3-week ban. And I'm pretty sure he came back in after 2.5.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, well.
he goes, I've paid for the door. What else do you want? I don't
Round
know.
it up.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, I think the only thing that would have gotten you a ban for that at the CV would have been the property damage. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like the fact that you can put a chainsaw near someone's neck, but you got to replace the door.
Yeah.
Just gone, It was a it's so loud. And we're like, this is just a normal day.
But yeah, that was the most hectic. It was hard, like footy games, or if there was a derby on, you'd just be like working for 12 hours, you'd be covered in beer. But like in some ways I kind of liked it. I made some good
Yeah,
friends
okay.
there. I
Good.
lived above there for a while because
Oh,
I was
that'd be
living
noisy.
I was like sharing with an insane woman down the road who started doing, I think, spells in my room because
What?
I don't know. She was an energy healer, and I'd come back, and then she would have like made a little circle.
What
and-
is this
In
place?
your room.
Yeah, and I
Is
think
there
she
a
was,
gas leak at
and
the
I think she
Seaview
was-
Hotel?
No, this wasn't the CV. This was a place down the road that I was like share housing in, and then a guy brought in bed bugs, and then she was eating yogurt in my room, and I was like, I don't think
What?
So I moved into the Seaview, and honestly, that was fine because it didn't have a late license because it was just a pub, and I'm a night owl
Okay.
anyway, so it was quiet by midnight.
Did you, and was there bathrooms and stuff up there?
Yeah, because it was just like an old hotel setup. You know how like a lot of those old pubs have been hotels in the past. So I just had, a room, shared bathroom.
Fuck, I nearly
My
lived.
friend Chris lived up there. It was great.
I nearly lived
No
above
more
a.
spells.
Oh my god, I've nearly lived above a hotel here when I went through that patch with the missus, and I was like, if
Oh,
I
I
have to live
remember
above
this.
a pub, That's the last time you see me. It's like, hey guys, I'm just moving into a pub, and then 50 years later, I'm fucking trying to jump over the bar with a knife that I found,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that was my
Crazy Brady.
second time
Wild
living above a
Brady.
pub, honestly. I'd already lived above one in the
had
UK
you?
for a while, which was a very similar kind of pub, to be honest, but just British.
Yeah, British young
and
people.
cuter, I guess, because it was British. It was, and that job was, I guess, in some ways worse because I was getting paid the most exploitative wages.
Yeah.
Like, it was cuter because instead of like, stabbing, we had like a poacher who would come in and bring like pheasants that he'd shot. But that was kind of fun.
Oh, yeah, okay. This is a cultural experience.
Yeah. And I was like, this is like a show where everyone's got a flat cap and there's sheep and stuff. This is like Doc Martin. But that
they're
was...
trying to stab you with a fancy knife.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god!
fine. His knife has an
Oh,
accent.
got me
It's
with a
fine.
quill. Fuck.
Oh, I got stabbed in it. But yeah, they were paying me like because I was an Australian backpacker,
Yeah.
so they were paying me the most exploitative wages, and the people who ran it were absolute cunts. But that was fun to live above.
But the Seaview, did they look after you there, or was
Yeah,
it was
honestly,
it was just an insane environment to
It
be a
was an
part of?
insane environment. The pay was fine. They let us drink for free.
Yeah, that's a big one for me. If I can have a couple of free beers.
Yeah, I mean, the kitchen were always awful, but then like what pub kitchen isn't? Like, and again, like the kitchen at the British pub was so much worse. The pub was this like old alcoholic Scottish guy whose dad was like the treasurer of Scotland. So, he was such an alcoholic that he would like shit himself at the bar. Like he would knock
Wait, the
off.
owner?
No, the chef, the head chef. And he was apparently a good chef in his
Fucking
day.
hell.
But then
Not
he
in
would,
my paella, mate.
he would
Jesus
knock off
Christ.
and he would just drink until you'd be like, what's that smell? And then he'd be like,
No,
oh, he's
shit himself
he's shitting
again.
his little pants there.
Oh,
Remember when, like, because it's
And he was
the
so rude.
Chefs
I
went through this
hated me.
beautiful rebranding exercise where recently it's like we got to have an open plan kitchen. We want to see the chefs. We want to. Man, when
like,
at
don't
High Road
look at
Hotel,
them.
you want to bolt that door. It was 3 mess
Right.
heads, chain smoking.
You're like, don't make eye contact.
No, like
It's
one
like a
scratching
bull.
his nuts. He's like, I haven't worn undies in 20 years. Like, okay, mate.
yeah.
I did kitchen handing at the Nookanbara Tavern for a while.
Oh,
in-
yeah?
in
Is that a
Innaloo.
Perth place?
Yeah.
Was that a nice one?
No, it wasn't. But honestly, the kitchen there was actually okay. No one threw anything at me. So
Well, that is a beautiful day.
all the other
Beautiful.
kitchens, you just got really good at ducking.
Oh my gosh.
Someone
so
told me
violent.
about do you guys know about the Coogee Hotel?
Yeah,
Where
the shit in the ice cream.
Well, I only found out
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Do you remember that? I do
I only
remember
found out
that.
about like 2 weeks ago. Someone told me, and I was like, "That's why they had to have an open plan kitchen because someone did a shit in the ice cream."
I just thought that they got it tested. Oh no, because I think a family got sick.
No, it's because it was a family was complaining because I did a deep dive on it. Family was complaining about their service or whatever. Someone's done a shit in the ice cream. They said no one's done a shit. But the lady who she was in the front of the newspaper. She's like, lucky for me and lucky for my kids, I had the first bite. And as soon as it touched my lip, I knew it was shit. And I was like, hang on a sec. So you've eaten shit.
Not to brag, but I don't think I would know that's what it is.
Yeah, but also like,
Having never
also
eaten shit
lucky for me.
before.
I was like, dude, if I had 2 kids, I'd rather them eat shit than me.
Yeah, they've got stronger stomachs.
Yeah, kids can get like, they wouldn't even know.
I don't know much about kids.
And then she's on the front page of the newspaper like, I ate shit. I was like,
I saved my kids. No, you didn't. You ate shit.
You ate a big
That would have
poo.
been fine.
yeah, you haven't even wiped it off your mouth. You got a little fucking bit there.
Because then she went and got it tested. Is that right? Like
Yeah, she went full deep dive and then kept doing backup news. They got it tested.
Yeah, it
they
was
could
huge.
confirm it was human, but they couldn't confirm it was someone from there.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised by that at all. I was like, yeah, that checks out. The
Well,
kitchens.
I do. Yeah, exactly. Every chef I've ever worked with has been not right.
Yeah.
and they're so furious because their job sucks.
Yeah,
Their
because
job's
they get paid.
awful.
I guess, like looking back, they probably got paid less than I
Yeah,
did,
they
and I was
get-
getting
Yeah.
tips and stuff.
They get in at lunch shifts at
Shit
they never get at
hours.
10, and they're just fucking making 4,000 palmers a day. They're like
It's
angry
so
as fuck.
hot. They have to wear long sleeves.
Yeah.
They're so sweaty.
Yeah, and
They
they're only
people
days off on
complaining.
Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone wants to be a chef. My son, who's only 4, he loves cooking in the kitchen with my mum, and I'm already like, it's not a job for you though, mate. And he's
Maybe a
like, what's
cafe?
a job? I'm like, get out of the kitchen.
You're spoiling his dreams already.
Like, you don't want to be that. They're
Yuck.
not right. And so just imagine
Go,
how
come
many
here, mate.
of, like,
Come here. Now smoke this meth pipe.
Yeah.
You can't handle it. You're not ready to be a chef. Okay.
Honestly, I would have preferred meth kitchens because they were all alcoholic kitchens that I worked with, and like
okay.
I think meth or heroin would have been better. Alcoholics are so messy,
Yeah. The heroin.
Well, yeah, the guy
nice and
shat
tidy.
himself.
and he lived above the pub for a while as well. And sometimes I was like, because he hated me, and he would get so drunk that I think he was starting to get probably like brain problems from being such
Yes.
an alcoholic, and I was just like, is he gonna just like stabbed me one night.
Yeah, there's a lot of stabbing happening in Perth, it
But
seems.
this was in the UK. But yeah, free
Oh, in the UK.
free accommodations, free accommodation.
That's what are you going to do? Say no?
yeah.
But
I don't think
is there?
so.
I mean, even for me, if there's a line like, because I love a drink, but if I start regularly shitting my pants, I reckon I'll be like, oh, I reckon I might switch to soda water for a couple.
I don't reckon you would.
That's a clue.
That is not true because I did shit myself about 2 months ago, but that was
Did
because I was
you?
hungover and I did a big fart and it was a bit of an interesting one. And then I went, you know what? And I went sober for another 2 weeks after that.
Did you?
Yeah, it was about a week, whatever.
Brave
Wasn't
on
at the
the
bar, I
troops.
moved on. Who cares? I didn't learn my lesson. What's your point? I'll edit this out. No, I won't.
What's the weirdest job you've ever had?
I was a life drawing model when I was 18.
Incredible.
Hang on. So you're drawing or you're the nude?
I was the nude.
Why would she be? That's not a job.
So
Drawing.
No,
life
drawing.
I don't know what a job is. I don't
Drawing's a
work in the
hobby. Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, I was the
You were-
nude.
and you're 18 years old.
Yeah, which I
Oh, dude,
well,
that
like-
is.
Well, I thought it was going to be like sexy and fun, and then I found out when I got there it was for a senior citizens art class, so it wasn't very sexy.
But when you walked in with that, because like senior citizens always think anyone in their 20s is a kid.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
when
They
you
thought it was a
see
fetus.
someone
yeah.
who is, so they were like, is this like a Anne Geddy
But it was
situation?
a small town. There weren't many
So
of
you
us.
did this in a small town,
Yeah.
so you would have known.
Probably. I don't know. I didn't think about things much when I was 18.
18.
Yeah.
Well, I reckon that is the thing.
Dude,
My-
it's just
my
all these
friend-
old guys just drawing two
Oh,
big
no,
natties,
it was
a
only
bush, and then just sitting there with a stiff for half an
No,
hour.
it was all
There's
women
no
except
stiff.
one man. And then one week.
That guy's the problem.
Well, no, he was like 94. I think his
he's
name was
fine.
George. And then I went in one week after I got my wisdom teeth out, and I was not feeling very well, and I shouldn't have gone in, and I fainted halfway through a pose because I'd had to hold.
Never seen
my
George
arms
run
up
as
for too
quick as he
long.
has. 18-year-old Nate, get away! Oh, I've got her.
No, he actually like.
He was wheelchair bound for 19 years before that.
I was like out cold, but then when I woke up, I couldn't see anything, and I was like, "Oh, I'm blind." But it turned out that George had just panicked and like thrown my dressing gown on me,
Oh, over your face.
over my body. Just sort of
Oh,
gone,
he wanted to make sure you were covered.
modest. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's nice.
George,
Yeah.
that's nice.
And
None
then
of
I
the
went
ladies
back-
helped you.
He was actually trying to choke you out with the dress.
But then I went back the next week, and I was like, "Where's George?" And they were like, "Oh, he died." So.
Oh, you killed him.
I think
Yeah, you
Yeah.
killed him. Yeah, all the blood went from his fucking head to his stiffy.
And then-
Dead.
Well,
How long did you do that for? That is a weird job.
just a few months, I think. I was on my way to my first, because I was going to go overseas for the first time, but I didn't have any money. You know, my family didn't have any money. So I was like just doing any job I could find to save
and
up.
what to pay?
Pretty good. And it was cash in hand. It was like a long time ago, but I remember it being like a decent amount per
Yeah,
class.
better than Donut King.
And it was only like 40 minutes or something. And I think I had like 4 jobs at that point. I was doing like land care stuff in the day, like making fences, and then working at a restaurant at night, and also a bakery and the life modelling.
Dude, you got a lot of cash or what?
Because I just wanted to save up as much as I could so I could
get
go
away
to
from-
Europe for the first time.
Get away
yeah.
from the Marrons. Are they
Yeah,
called
yeah.
Marrons?
Yeah, the
Marrons.
Marron.
So
Yeah,
wait,
Marron
there's a
cash.
comedian in Melbourne called Marron.
Yeah, man.
Marron.
So Marron.
Marron.
Okay, but
Marron's MARRON.
oh, okay, all right. Because I was.
I'm going to get a chart out later and show you the difference. It's really pissing me off.
I'm not gonna look.
But
If
I
you
went
get
to
it out,
I
I'll
went
close
to a
my
life
eyes.
drawing class with our friend Kelly Festuca. We used to have a podcast
Who
about
works
dating.
with me now?
Does she work with you now? Oh, that's great.
She works with you. I thought you said for me.
I've got her in.
That's great.
For one of the bad dates, she took me to a nude drawing class, which was great. And
For you
so-
to draw or be the model?
a draw. So we'd rock up, we'd take each other on bad dates. She took us to there for her
good
date.
idea.
But Kelly left to take a phone call, and then this beautiful lady came in, because I thought it was going to be like old men or whatever. You know, she was hot as fuck. She's naked. Kelly leaves. I'm sitting there by myself, and I can't draw for shit. I can only draw stick figures. So I'm like, I do my thing, like, head, titties, bush, couple of legs, go, fuck, I'm done. And then I just sit there going... And then
How long's she
the art
gone
teacher
for?
comes past like, is this guy a psych? Because I'm sitting there by myself.
How long was she out for? Kelly go
She was
for?
on the phone for like 30 minutes. I was like, get
the
back
woman,
in here.
The woman can yap.
Yeah, she loves it.
Okay. But how long do you reckon it took you to do that drawing?
Probably like 8 seconds. And then I was trying to like, I don't know how to draw, but I was just trying to like, oh yeah.
Had a little shading.
Yeah, and I was just sitting down there like looking down like, hurry up, Kelly, come back. I'm stressing out.
8 seconds to do the beautiful female form. Shame on you. And then did
Right, now the two beautiful parts. The
Which
double
is that?
D's, baby.
Yeah, you should not have been let in there.
No, of course not.
Did Kelly come back and do a nice drawing?
Yeah, she did. She's a good drawer, yeah.
Yeah, and then you felt bad about it? Or?
Yeah, and then I just looked like I was, and because everyone had
Yeah.
to show everyone their drawing
No,
at the
they
end.
didn't.
Yeah, and then it was
seems-
like all these beautiful shaded things, and it's just me with a stick figure with two big tits. And they're like, well, this, and a mullet going like, we know why you're here.
Yeah.
You've been kicked out of the strippers again, haven't you?
Yes.
Yes, I have. I brought my little keg
You have to go to the
on a wheelie trolley.
You go to the art strippers.
Yeah. Should we get some fucking Pitbull playing in the background or what?
Can we get shots?
That poor woman would have been looking over at you and be like, can we get him out?
Yeah.
I don't want to do it
I
with
actually
him
had
in
it, so
here.
I drew that. Then I also wrote my number 0416. You interested? No,
No.
I'll leave again. Yeah, banned from here now, am I?
The old people at the life drawing did used to give me their sketches, which I really liked. Cause
of you?
Yeah, like because they would do practice sketches at
Okay.
the start, and they would be like, "We don't need them," and they'd give them to me, and I would give them to my boyfriend at the time.
And he loved them?
Enjoyed them a lot.
Because were any of them funny? Were any of them like Brett?
No, I just think it was more because like camera phones hadn't been invented yet. So
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
it was
nice.
the only way to get nudes over that
Sexting.
didn't involve having to get them developed
Oh,
at
that's a,
Kmart.
that's a rough wank, isn't it? Going off a
Yeah,
sketch a
being like-
90-year-old bloke did. I guess this is what she looks like. Anyway.
Well, you work with what you got.
And have you ever been fired?
I haven't been like fired.
I can't imagine you'd be fired because you look like you've got really good work ethic. It
I
sounds
don't.
like
Oh
you
my
would
god,
do
I
anything.
have the worst work ethic, but I'm really good at faking it. I'm
Okay.
really
You know what
good.
it is? You know what it is? And I don't want to typecast. It's the glasses.
Yeah,
As soon
I
as I
think
see
I'd say
anyone
that.
with glasses, I go,
Competent.
fuck,
Yeah.
they're smart
Yeah.
and they're working hard.
Yeah, and I know how to do the yap.
Yes.
So I do a really good job of seeming like I'm working, but I'm
Oh,
always
yeah.
the weakest link in any workplace.
God, fuck, I hope your boss isn't actually listening to this.
Oh, I do not give a shit.
Good luck firing me, cunt. Yeah,
I'll take a redundancy, thank you. But no, like I think I got sort of kind of laid off from Baskin Robbins when I was 19 because I was 18 getting lots of shifts, and then the minute I turned 19 they stopped giving me any shifts at
Because
all.
your pay went up.
Yeah, because my pay went, well, I assume, but
Too old. Yuck, get her out.
But
I've seen a picture of her in the nude and 18. Very nice. This isn't what it looks like now.
But I was
19,
such
nah.
a snotty little bureaucrat even
Get
at
this
that
battle
age.
axe out of here.
I like reported them to Fair Work, and then I was on the news.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
While you worked
Done a
there,
lot.
Well, after they stopped giving me shifts, I reported them, and then they had to offer me my job back, and I was like,
Oh, that's
I just
all.
wanted to get you in trouble.
Yeah. So did you? So you just said no, thank you. I don't want.
Yeah, I
it.
just said no, thank you, and got another job because
so you on the news though.
yeah, just being like they fired me.
Because
That's
I do
illegal.
wonder when people say like they go through unfair dismissal and they're like, and they go, fine, you have to give them their job back.
Yeah, and you're like,
As if they're gonna.
why would that's what I always think. I'm like, why would I want to work with these people now?
I've just outed them on national TV.
yeah,
Dude, I'd rock up and just sit there and go, what, you're going to fire me again? Because that's bad PR, isn't it?
Freddie, you've been fired so many times and you've never done that.
No, I haven't been fired that as many. I've
I've
Yes, you have.
definitely done a lot of quits when I've realised it might be coming. You
Oh,
know?
clever.
pre-strike.
Yeah.
You can't break up with me, I'll break it up with you.
But like the kind of jobs that I used to do were not the ones that anyone expected you to stick around for long. Like, you know, hospo, if you do 6 months, it's like, oh my God, old timer. Like, incredible.
Yeah, right.
Week
yeah,
2,
yeah,
you're the
totally.
manager. That
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
hospital.
Yeah.
It's because it's such a shit job, hospitality.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
No, I
anymore,
found it quite
do you?
rewarding.
No,
actually,
and I
but-
used to like move around so much as
Thanks,
well.
Nicole.
Like I think at one point I lived in like 10 different cities in 2 years or something. So
But
like,
you are a mover, aren't you?
yeah, not anymore, but I was.
Well, you bought a house, so you have to sit.
Yeah,
you
I have to stay in it to get my money's worth.
What's
Yeah.
the building code like there? Have you done
Yes,
a
have
little
you
inspection?
checked? Did you check that?
1972 build.
Oh, so it was
I
actually made
always-
properly.
Yes, I always tell anyone, you know, sweet spot 60s to 2000. Stop
when?
there.
To 2000?
Oh, maybe 99. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, then I'm fine.
Any
Except
new
my house
build
is
I look
falling
at and
down.
go, oh, fuck, that's
Yeah.
bad. They're
I
really
know.
bad.
Yeah, well, our house is shit. There's something's wrong with our house.
Your
something
house is a
stinks.
good build,
Oh, here we
but
go.
it's also
Probably needs
just
some work
it's
done.
just a
Yeah.
little bit old because it's heavily wooden, and then the way that they used to cap the stumps makes them fucking rot. There's
So
a
they
few
need
things.
restumping more often.
They need more
You
restumping.
possessed my house, Brett Blake.
Yeah, I've been to your house and
And
I've
you
rolled a
assessed
marble
it.
on the floor and I went, these floors are
No,
fucked.
I kind of do the same everywhere. I'm like, needs restumping.
I know. Do you know how expensive
This one's not
it
too
is,
bad though.
Yeah,
Look, this
I
one.
do.
This
This
one's
one
really
alright.
do.
This is brick though. He's made this one well, I think.
Has he?
It's okay. There's a few
Pass
problems.
that on to
Mine's just an
landlord.
apartment, by the way. I'm not rich.
No,
I'm
doesn't
loaded.
matter.
I own this.
He
1.8
does
million. Nah, I
He
wish.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, so I'm dreading having to deal with builders because I know that they're going to be like, yeah, it's fine. Because what am I going to be like? No, that's supposed to
I got
look
my good
different.
mate Craig. I'll get him over. Craig Miller.
That's what you do. You get someone
Mate, he's a very good builder. He runs his own construction company and whatever. He doesn't fucking beat around the bush. I mean, he's the loudest man you've ever met in your life, and he'll tell you pretty bluntly.
100%. You just give someone a bit of cash to argue with the builders for you, and they'll be like,
nice.
yeah, all right, Craig.
Okay, Craig.
Yeah.
He's too loud. Fuck it. Let's just
Mate,
do it right.
He's an
gotta
alpha
speak.
male. He's got heaps of guns, and he'll be like, "This is fucked. You need to fix that." And then
But
you
wouldn't
don't.
you, as a builder, like, wouldn't you? You'd think that they go because you have to probably drive past that house in 10
don't care,
years.
mate.
They don't care. Imagine like driving past and be like, "Oh, it's fallen down. Keep going, go. Don't look."
Yet another one.
Yeah, but it's kind of like it's like just a little bit of cutting corners here and there, but it all adds up. But the worst thing that can ever happen, which people go, "Oh, that's not." The worst thing that can happen to a building, besides getting knocked down, is water damage. Once water gets in, it slowly, over time, starts fucking everything, expanding. That's a big problem.
Get mold in the frame.
Mold in the frame, you're fucked. And so people go, "Oh, I've never cleaned my gutters." Just shit like that kills me. It's like, dude, once water gets into the
Or
roof
just
of
like
the wall,
one tile that you
one
don't
tile,
fix.
always check your roof. You know what I mean? Go around because on the roof, no one ever checks the roof. Like you walk around doing a building inspection, people go,
Yeah,
"This
a lot
looks
of
nice."
a lot of builders aren't allowed to go on. Like a lot of inspectors aren't allowed to go on roofs, ladders. You need special insurance
my
for ladders.
Yeah,
we had to
but
do a meeting
get on the
about
roof.
it.
The roof is the most important thing you can check because that's what stops the weather
I've
coming.
been on
Roof
my
and
roof. I've been on my roof. I thought I wanted to see if we had city views. We don't. And I thought I was like, maybe we'll build up. And then on my roof, it triggered me because I was looking, even though we're in Brunswick, I was like looking around and it just looks like we were in the dead of suburbia.
Just roofs.
Yeah, I could see
and you could see the
Centrelink.
Moreland Hotel in the distance.
Yeah, Moreland. I could see the
Beautiful.
Centrelink. I was like,
Brett
this.
smoking on a tram stop. Like,
I was like,
"Whoa."
what the fuck? This place costs so much money. Where the fuck am I living?
It's for the vibes.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
and I'm
we
10 minutes behind you.
in a rental.
Yeah, I know. Dude, my life sucks anyway.
So, Rose, we always ask every comedian what the worst gig they have ever experienced. Have you had any bad gigs?
Oh, have I had any good gig? No.
You're asking the wrong question
I
here.
know. No, I mean, I guess the memorable ones, like, I mean, the ones where you just bomb, they're bad, but they're not that memorable.
Yeah.
But I remember there was this one in Perth.
Perth. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm excited
It
about
was
this.
Oasis like maybe a year and a half ago.
Oasis
maybe
Comedy
2
Club?
years. Yeah.
Shout out to
that
Brendan
rich?
Maloney.
Shout out to
Very great
Oasis.
comedy. There's two
Great
great comedy
gig.
clubs, Comedy Lounge and also Oasis run on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Independent venue. Love them
Oasis
both.
is excellent, great lineups. But it was John Pinder, geezer, hosting, love him, and Andrew Wolf headlining, and
Love it.
it was
Chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents were there. The audience
Oh,
just
no.
they had a great time. They were like, that was a cultural experience. Because Pinder was like, he was off on one. He was very hyper that day. And then the crowd was like real weird. They were yelling and hectic. And then this one woman was like heckling so much, she started like standing up to heckle.
wow. Your mum?
And no, she would never. She was like,
Yeah,
an introvert.
Perth women love a heckle.
yeah. And this
Yeah.
woman was off on one. And I guess at some point, Pinder just realised that he wasn't going to be able to control her. So he was just like, do you want to go? And he let her come up on stage.
Perfect.
And then because I think she was like saying she could do comedy better or something.
Cool.
And then she grabbed the mic and then you could see her just panic. And then she just started doing a poem about how her granddad molested her.
Fuck! Dude,
we were
I was
like-
like, what's the outcome to this?
Okay.
Also,
no.
she wrote a poem about it.
Yeah.
Was it
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And he was like, that's not funny, right?
Guys, comedy is easy. Anyway, my dad fucked me. It's
And
not that hard.
And she was just like, yeah, no, fair cop, that wasn't funny. But then, Andrew Wolf got, and then he stirred it all back up. And it was just like, it was the most, like the most energy in a gig that I've ever felt like it could turn and we could all
Yes.
just do a crime by accident.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it was that kind of like mob mentality where you're like, are we all going to go out and do a fight club after this?
Should we stab? Where's
or are
Wild
we
Bill?
best friends forever? Like, I'm not.
We've trauma bonded. Let's go fucking stab her granddad
Yeah.
for her.
It was wild.
Oh, that is.
So it's like probably worst and favourite gig at the same time.
And then, when you went out there, were you before the lady with the?
She hadn't done the poem yet, but it was still a loose energy. They were great. I had a great gig.
But it was just the most insane environment ever.
Yeah, I mean, I did do my joke story about like when I was molested by a kangaroo when I was a kid. So maybe I put the joke. Maybe I put the
All right.
idea
Well,
in her
now
head.
I don't want to know
Yeah.
about the granddad, but the kangaroo. Funny,
Yes,
happy
please.
to hear.
Yeah.
What happened? Did it try and root you?
Oh, well, we just raised baby kangaroos when I was a kid because we were on a bush block, and the first
One of them did the old Bill Cosby there, gave you a drink.
He was the first, and he was like the little baby, and we raised him from a little baby. But then I got my period at the same time as he went through like kangaroo puberty, and I think he thought I was his wife, and he just started trying to like. Well, yeah, he started getting. It's like a dog. They've got a little red rocket. So now you know that. Now you know that about kangaroos. And I'd be like, oh no, my boy.
So what
My boy's trying to root me.
Did you have to get rid of it?
I mean, you have to
Nah,
eventually
you just
anyway.
jack it off, send it outside, it'll be fine.
Well, we
That's
just
true.
didn't let him in the house as much after that. But it was
Yeah.
really bad because he could clearly like smell periods, and so he would like it would set him off. And it
He's
was
just
so,
a red blood. Boys will be boys.
But it was so
Come
embarrassing because I
on.
was like, then everyone knew I had my period because a kangaroo
Yes,
would get
it-
horny.
oh.
But dogs know as well. And
Yeah.
like if the lady's on there
Oh,
on the
it's
blob
the
or whatever,
worst.
a dog would just come
Don't
straight
say
up and
that.
just
And sniff crotch,
yeah,
yeah.
just straight in the crotch.
It's
It's
like
so
that, but with a
annoying.
small kangaroo.
I hate when dogs smell my fudger. They always they walk in the house.
Well, have a shower, you fucking
I
grot.
am always having a shower.
I've never had
How
a dog
dare
come
you?
up and smell my arsehole. Put it that way.
Kangaroo will.
Kangaroo will. Rose's boyfriend will. Any moment.
Rest in peace. I'm assuming he's dead. They don't live that long.
Isn't it? Okay, well, R.I.P. then. So I love in a gig when someone thinks that they're contributing and they've just drive it so hard into the ground, like that lady. I did this show. I was on this show yesterday, and there was this lady who they
On a fucking Sunday or Monday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Fucking hell.
When are we?
I don't even know.
Anyway, they had to call. The host had to go to the audience and be like, Teresa, you have a story about, and it was like this really innocent thing about toothbrush, like who wets their toothbrush before they brush their teeth, and it was like going to the person who doesn't. Teresa, you don't wet your toothbrush. How come?
That's crazy.
And it was all it needed was just like a really short
Just a little
answer.
quip.
Yeah. Try not
Saving
to.
the environment.
Yeah, exactly.
Wet enough already.
Yeah.
And
Depends where you're brushing.
She was so excited that she was like, well, when I was growing up, my mum taught me that you have to wet your hands before you put soap on. But then when I was in high school, my bullies were so relentless that I didn't have time to be in there with and wet my hands as well as the soap. So it's
feeling this.
Yeah,
I'm
and
feeling
she's
it.
like, yeah. So like bullies will change your life, but the story went for like 3 minutes, and it was just
People who haven't performed
trauma.
don't know what a good story.
No,
they think they
do
know what a
not.
good story is, but they
And
can't
you-
get to the fucking point.
No, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then the host had to be like, well, bullies, I want you to think about that next time you try and bully someone.
Because there's a lady out here and she's real boring now.
Yeah,
and
but
I think that's
but
your
the thing
fault.
is, the worst part is when you hear that story as a person who's probably definitely bullied, I'm like, she needs to be bullied more, so she can wrap this story up quicker. Like,
Clearly
hey,
didn't
you know
work.
your boring ass 5-minute stories? Maybe 3 seconds is long enough. It's always my favourite thing is which is not my favourite thing. If you're a general person from the public, never come up to a comedian and say, you'll probably use this. I fucking won't. Trust me, I fucking
100%.
won't. They come up and give you a long ass yarn. You go, that was 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And I am bored out of my brain and my eyes are
For the
watering.
smallest
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
I've never used, look, I tripped on the way to the bar. You'll probably use that in one of your skits.
Actually,
have you actually
yeah.
seen me work before?
Perth is
And then
wild.
Steve did this, which is very funny if you know Steve.
Yeah. You know Steve. Oh, no, you don't know Steve. Anyway, let me tell you about Steve. No, I don't want to know. When I was in Perth, it was one of the first times I ever performed in Perth. There was a woman who drove quite far. Like she was living, I think, 2 or 3 hours away from Perth. And she drove quite far to this gig. And I had no idea why, because I was like relatively new to comedy. I think I had like 1,400 followers. And for some reason, she was one of them. And she came along to the gig and she brought her adult daughter, and she sat in the front row of the Comedy Lounge. And she was so drunk, and I'd noticed 2 bottles of white wine and they were empty, and her daughter looked quite sober, and she was just like yelling stuff out. And I knew exactly who she was. I was in the green room going, I know exactly who. I've never met her, but I know who that is. And she was just giving everyone. Yes, it was summer in Perth, and she had a huge like faux fur jacket on. And I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be hard. And when I went on stage, she was like, Bron, hello, I told you I'd come, Bron. And I had to be like, okay. All right.
Oh,
and then,
she came for you and ruined the night.
yeah. And then I was, so I had to
trying to
push
get booked
through.
here again, actually.
Oh, and then at the end of the night, I had to sing a song because the runner of that room makes you sing like Sweet Caroline. Or
He doesn't
whatever.
do that anymore, thank fuck.
Thank God. Good on him. Great. Anyway, I come on stage and I have to sing. It wasn't Sweet Carol. It was the other one that he loved. Anyway, I start and I don't know the words to it. And the thing
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
yes, but the projector's not working, and I'm like, I don't know the words to this. So everyone is in the room. No one's really sure why I'm singing.
I like big.
I know. I'm kind of looking around, but I looked down at this woman, and this is when I was like, this is going to work in my favor because she is like fucking getting into it. And so I said, "Do you want to sing?" And she was like, yes.
Finally, someone's given me
she
the microphone.
Yeah, she gave her the microphone and she sang and
About
danced.
how her granddad molested.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
But no one was getting. And people were like standing up and leaving because there was this crazy lady who was way too overdressed.
everyone in the crowd hates that person.
Yes, yeah.
And that person doesn't realise it. They're like, I was helping.
I know, and even in Perth, they
God,
have one in
such a
every
fun
gig.
vibe.
Yeah.
Everyone in the crowd is just like, oh, my money.
But I felt bad that she'd driven all this way for me. So she'd said, "Oh, can you come in for a drink afterwards with us?" Me and my daughter.
Well, you want another drink after the 2 bottles you've been through?
So we went to this pub next door.
Don't encourage this.
I went to this pub and I was sober as a judge, and she obviously wasn't. Her daughter was as sober as well, and she was just going story after story after story of things I could use. Okay,
Oh my
and
God.
none of them were useful except this one bit. I said, "Oh, do you come to Perth often?" Because far away, and she said, "Yeah." You're going to use this on stage, I know. I know you are. And I said, okay, all right. And her daughter was like this, Mum, you don't have to do this. And she goes, no, don't. Actually, I'm going to ask you to not use this one on stage. You can use the others, but don't use this one on stage. And I said,
Saying the podcast. Keep going, keep going.
That's true. And I said, okay, I won't. And then she said, okay, so, no, you know what? You can use this on. I was like, oh my God, I don't care why you're in Perth. Just say it so I can go to my hotel.
Not signing an NDA, just telling a fucking story.
She goes, you can use this. Okay, so about a couple of years ago, I found a lump in my breast. And I was like,
Hilarious already.
Cancer, funny.
And she goes, so I have to come back to Perth to like, I have to get a biopsy. And then I've actually just come back to doing like a follow-up.
So you could use that.
I was like, which fucking bit would I use? Which bit?
Cancer
The follow-up.
exists?
Yeah, you got to fill in some blanks there, but...
Yeah, you got to...
And then she takes her wig off, she's bald, and you're like... She's like, that's funny, isn't it?
Funny, but it was such a Perth experience because then this homeless person kind of was walking through, and they kind of were near our table, but not next to us, near it, and we had an empty bottle of rosé on the table that she had polished off. She grabbed the empty bottle, pulled it next to her, and went, "No, go away." I was like, I have to get the fuck away from
Like there
this
was an
person.
empty bottle.
You go, now that's the story I'll use. Yuck.
Yeah, awful. I was like, this is what Perth ladies are like. And now I meet you, Rose,
little
and
bit.
I think maybe they are all like that. No, you're
That's
lovely,
what
Rose.
hecklers are like.
They are in Perth. I think that alcohol's stronger. No, do you know what it is? Everyone has more money, so everyone's happy to pay $25
And also, like,
cocktails.
people go out like semi-rarely, and so when they go out, they go out, which I think happens in a lot of smaller cities. You know?
Yeah,
Whereas
when
people
people-
in Melbourne will go out on like a Wednesday.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
pub
So-
right there. I'm an adult. I can
So they
control
don't go
myself.
crazy on a Friday night because they're like, well, I could go crazy on a Tuesday if I wanted to. 'cause
yeah, with
it's-
Brett,
I'm
who
normal.
thinks he's an adult, who's not controlling himself every single night.
But
He's
because
at
it's
the pub.
like it's more of a European drinking culture.
Yeah.
Whereas I think like Perth is more of like a British drinking culture, which is
Yes.
like when you
Binge.
go out, drink until you die.
Yeah. Man, that was literally it. Like you go, right, we're going out tonight. pre-drinks start at 3:30.
Yeah.
And you'd be so by the time
And
like
if you're
like you're struggling to get into
medically
the,
drunk by the end of it, you haven't got your money's worth.
and you're just trying to get through showing your ID. And you're like,
Yes.
what a fucking idiot, and then you go vomit in the dunny.
God,
Look at my pointy shoes. I've got my pointy shoes on.
How can I be drunk? I've got white shoes on. You know.
I went back for my sister's wedding in May, and she did like the wedding was in Freo, very cute, very classy. But then she did afters at Metro's in Freo,
Oh, dude.
and I just got so many flashbacks because we used to go there after the Seaview because it was the only place that had like a
Closed
late
down.
license.
Metro's Freo. Yeah.
It was open in May when I was there.
Oh,
I think it was
no, the Hungry Jack's across the
the
road's
Hungry-
closed
yeah,
down.
May it rest in
Same
peace.
thing.
Oh
No,
my
no,
God.
you get maggot, then you go to the Hungry Jack's. It's my favourite
Oh
thing
my
in the
God, I
world.
used to all the time. I watched someone like throw a tray at a cop in there. Oh, I loved that place.
Dude, I pegged a full large Coke at a bloke at Metro's Free who tried to hit me with a glass.
Yes,
And I just went across the road, ordered a large Coke, and just fucking piffed it at this
Did you
guy's
get
face. Yeah, right in the face, 2
Good.
stories up.
But yeah, I was
That's
going
really
into
cool.
the entrance in Metros and just having flashbacks and remembering like the last time I'd been in there, I'd gotten so drunk that I couldn't find the exit, so I had to like get down and like feel my way around like it was a fire and I was trying to get out of smoke. It's just like feeling the wall.
Because
For
people
a
would
gap.
smoke in there. Man, I always got shown the exit on the way out.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
kicked out every time I was there.
Yeah, I had to find
didn't
because
know.
I was a nice girl in a dress, but I was just like blackout. And I
Yeah.
was just, like,
Crawling through
like,
the club.
feeling the wall,
I was
being
like
like, "Where's a door?"
I was a damsel in distress. I was always too maggot and they had to carry me out or had been in a fight like a baby, like a big Kiwi bloke. Come
I
on,
should have
mate.
just done that. I should have just gone down and then been like, "Help, help."
Get your little white shoes. You're out again.
Should have just beetled on my back until someone got me.
Rose, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us. Have you got anything to plug, anything to come up? And where can people find you in the socials?
I don't have a podcast. I've got a play coming up in November, but
Oh
it's
my
not
God,
on
that's
sale
cool.
yet.
Great. What's it about? Have you written it?
You mean a friend are doing it? It's about AI and death.
AI and death.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's awesome.
Cool. What's it
That
called?
sounds-
Where is it?
It'll be at Motley Bauhaus. It'll be in November, but we don't have a ticket leak yet.
What's the name of it?
TBD.
Okay. All right. Very cool. All right. Thank you so much. What's your Instagram handle?
Oh yeah, they'll plug that.
Yeah.
Rose.y.bishop.
There you go.
And then if you look at that, you'll know when the play is on.
Oh,
exactly
my
perfect system.
God.
Exactly.
Guys, if you're not already on the Patreon, make sure you jump on board and support us. Please leave a 5-star review on iTunes. All that stuff helps. If you're not already on the YouTube channel, jump on there, hit the subscribe button. That helps us monetize this podcast and keep the fucking vodka in the coffee cup. Until next time, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much for joining us. Bye. I've been fired from a lot of places. I've been fired from so many places.
I went into the class one day, real bullets. Kill me.